Давай, давай, речь, прилетай, все, лети, лети, бай. Ебать, жарко.
Intelligence officers of the 225th Assault Regiment eliminated the deputy commander of the 69th Guards Motor Rifle Division of the Russian Federation. The brigade's press service did not disclose the location and date of the incident, but considering that the regiment is defending positions in the Kursk region, the elimination may have occurred in this area. Major Yuri Lomkin, Deputy Battalion Commander of the 83rd Motor Rifle Regiment of the 69th Guards Motor Rifle Division of the Russian Armed Forces, was neutralized. He was born on May 5, 1975, and was 50 years old at the time of his liquidation. According to the Assault Regiment, the commander was neutralized with important documents, which, in addition to identifying him, helped the defenders obtain valuable information about the enemy. A career officer who did nothing good during his life but became useful after his death helped us with information about his colleagues. There may be good news soon, the 225th Regiment wrote. Among the documents found on the Major, the defenders discovered a passport, insurance policy, military ID, and driver's license. His place of residence and activity was listed as St. Petersburg, or the surrounding region. Militarny previously reported that on December 30th, 2024, the Ukrainian Defense Forces killed Russian Lieutenant Colonel Valery Tereshchenko during a missile strike on Elgov. Tereshchenko was a lieutenant colonel of the 76th Guards Air Assault Division, some of whose units were deployed in the Kursk region. At the time of the strike, he was in the city of Lvov, which was probably their permanent deployment and command center. From there, they organized and coordinated their actions. In addition to him, Lieutenant Colonel Pavlo Maletsky was also killed during a missile strike on the permanent deployment point in Luhansk. He was the commander of the 656th Engineer Battalion of the 76th Guards Air Assault Division. They're burning terribly. The roads have become the front line. On the Donetsk direction, Russians continue to complain as their equipment keeps burning incessantly.
Она закрыла дорогу. Давай, давай, речь, прилетай. Все, лети, лети, бай. Ебать, жарко.
In Luhansk region, Ukraine's Unmanned Systems Regiment Phoenix crushed a Russian assault, destroying an MTLB and 4 armored vehicles hiding in the Serebryansky forest. The Phoenix Separate Regiment of Unmanned Systems is a specialized unit within Ukraine's State Border Guard Service, focusing on drone operations. Formed in early 2025 from the Phoenix Strike UAS Company of the 3rd Detachment, also known as the Pomsta Brigade. The regiment has been active in regions such as Bakhmut, Siversk, and Kupiansk. Its drone pilots have reportedly neutralized over 1,000 Russian soldiers in a 10-month span. The U.S. Senate is grilling the Trump administration over the Signal Chat incident as we speak. Senator Mark Warner asked some good questions from Tulsi Gabbard and John Ratcliffe. If it's not classified, share the texts now.
This was not only sloppy, it not only violated all procedures, but if this information had gotten out, American lives could have been lost. The Houthis had this information, could reposition their defensive systems. Did you participate in the group chat with Secretary of Defense and other Trump senior officials discussing the Yemen war plans?
Senator, I don't want to get into the specifics.
Ma'am, were you on? You're not going to be willing to address it. So you're not, are you denying? Matt, will you answer my question, ma'am? You were not TG on this group chat?
I'm not going to get into the specifics.
So you refuse to acknowledge whether you were on this group chat?
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics.
Why are you going to get into the specifics? Is it because it's all classified?
Because this is currently under review by the National Security
Because
Council.
it's all classified? If it's not classified, share the text now. Director Radcliffe, were you on the group chat?
Senator, I was on a signal messaging group.
So you were the John Radcliffe on that chat?
I was.
Thank you. Thank you.
So my communications, to be clear, in a signal message group were entirely permissible and lawful and did not include classified information.
Well, we will make
clear.
that determination, because if it's not classified, share the text with the committee. Did you contact the Defense Secretary or others after this specific military planning was put out and say, hey, we should be doing this in a SCIF?
There was no classified material that was shared in that
So then
signal
if there was no
chat.
classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security. So if this information is classified, what are you going to do?
Senator, 2 points here. First of all, there's a difference between inadvertent release versus
Careless and sloppy.
malicious leaks of classified information. The second point is there was no classified information that was on
And the
the
information, this
signal
committee
group
should get
chat.
that information. Director
And the
Patel,
National Security
Director
Council
Patel,
has
my time's
reviewed
about out,
how
and I'm
this
going to
occurred.
use my 12 seconds up the chairman can. Director Patel, has the FBI launched any investigation of this?
Senator, I was just briefed about it late last night, this morning. I don't have an update.
I would like to get an answer by the end of the day.
Half the world dreams of our dictatorship. Lukashenko delivered a speech during the inauguration.
I'll say more. Half the world dreams of our dictatorship, the dictatorship of real actions and the interests of our people.
President of the European Council, Antonio Costa. The best security guarantee for Ukraine is European accession, and we are in the good path.
The best security guarantee for Ukraine is European accession. And we are in the good path, and the assessment from the European Commission is very positive about what Ukrainians are doing to prepare for the accession. And it is very impressive to see how a country in war, in this terrible situation, has the ability to deliver on reforms and on convergence targets to access to the European Union. I don't know if it is in 2030, 2028, 2032. As you know, is a merit-based process, and they are delivering. Then perhaps could be earlier, can be only in 2030. I don't know. The main issue is not the date, is the process and the common will to achieve this.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.